What is up, ladies and gents? Premier League Game Week 24 is here, and before we dive into that, let's take a look at our Game Week 23 predictions. As you can see, for Game Week 23, sticking to our tradition, we hit majority of our tips and predictions. Let's start with the first one. Burnley were hosting Tottenham. Our green box tip was both teams to score with the juicy odds of 1.80, and the actual result was 2-2. A lot of people were predicting Tottenham to win, but we said they're gonna drop points. That's exactly what happened, and we predicted the draw result with super juicy odds of 3.30. The following match, Fulham were hosting Brighton. Our green box tip was Fulham double chance, combined was over 1.5 goals with the juicy odds of 1.87. We hit that green box tip. The actual result was 2-1. Our predicted score was 2-1 as well, so we hit the correct score there. And we predicted the correct winner, Fulham to win. The odds for that was 2.55. Pick and choose whichever you wanted. The following match, Bournemouth were hosting Liverpool. Our tip was both teams to score, combined was under 5.5 goals with the odds of 1.80. So we hit that tip. Plus we predicted the draw. We predicted Liverpool to drop points, but Bournemouth overachieved and actually scored the third one and won the game 3-2. The following match, Crystal Palace were hosting Chelsea. Our tip was both teams to score, combined was under 5.5 goals with the odds of 1.70. We hit that tip. The actual result was 1-3 for Chelsea. And the following match, Arsenal were hosting Manchester United. Our green box tip was both teams to score with the odds of 1.80. The actual result was 2-3 for Manchester United. So we hit that tip. Another green box tip there. And the following match, Everton were hosting Leeds. Our green box tip was Leeds double chance, combined was under 4.5 goals. We hit that green box tip with the odds of 1.70. The actual result was 1-1. And we predicted the perfect draw result with the super juicy odds of 3.10. And the following match, Manchester City were hosting Wolves. We missed the tip for that one, both teams to score, but we predicted the correct winner, Manchester City, to bounce back. And the next three matches we missed, but we still did an amazing job hitting majority of our tips. And before we dive into Game Week 24, show some love to your boy, hit that like button, you're already here. That's the only thing I'm asking you in return, to show some love and support to the channel. Now let's just dive into Game Week 24 and see what it holds. Let's go. First match of the week, Brighton will be hosting Everton, 12th against the 10th. First things first, in the reverse fixture, Everton were able to defeat Brighton 2-0, and it was a perfect housewarming gift for the new stadium. For the guests, Everton are actually in a better form than they look. They've recently beat Aston Villa away 1-0 and then drew against Leeds just like we predicted. But there's a huge blow for Everton. Jack Grealish is out for like 2 months with a foot fracture, so that's gonna be a massive blow for Everton. And Brighton are the kings of the draw lately. They've drawn 3 out of their last 5 matches, and just like we predicted, they lost to Fulham 2-1. But the interesting fact here is the last 5 times Everton visited the American Express Stadium, Brighton weren't able to get a single win. Everton actually won 3 of them and drew 2. And without Jack Grealish, Everton's wingers are as scary as a kitten with a ball of yarn. My score prediction for this match is 1-0 for Brighton, and my tip is Brighton double chance, combined was under 3.5 goals, odds 1.72. On to the next one, Leeds will be hosting Arsenal, 16th against the first. Arsenal is coming off a shock 3-2 loss to Manchester United, which actually turned the title race into a scramble. And Leeds from the other side just drew against Everton 1-1 just like we predicted, and getting away further from the relegation zone. And yes, Arsenal are still league leaders, but it just looks like their lead is shrinking faster than an ice cube in the sun. And they just finished the Champions League phase terrifically with 8 out of 8 wins, but they did defeat Kairat 3-2 with some rotations, but I don't know if the Gunners should be happy with that win or concerned that they literally barely beat Kairat 3-2. Like, if you would add like 10-15 more minutes, I don't know if Kairat would push, they could probably get a draw out of it. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking. Now back to this game. In the reverse fixture, Arsenal actually destroyed Leeds 5-0, but when you visit Leeds, you cannot underestimate them. They've only lost 2 out of their last 11 home games, held Liverpool to a draw, and defeated Chelsea. Now the question is, can Leeds shock Arsenal just like how Manchester United did? Let's wait and see. But my score prediction for this match is 0-1 for Arsenal, and my green box tip is Arsenal double chance, combined with over 0.5 goals, combined was under 3.5 goals, odds 1.80. On to the next one. Wolves will be hosting Bournemouth, 20th against the 13th. Wolves are rock bottom of the league and they've basically been the Premier League punching bag all season. They just lost to Manchester City 2-0 away, but let's be fair enough, they started picking up some points, was a lot of draws lately. Let's talk about Bournemouth now. They're comfortably sitting in the 13th and they're super hyped up after defeating Liverpool 3-2. They scored the winner with virtually the last kick. It was crazy. And when it comes to the reverse fixture, Bournemouth were actually able to defeat Wolves 1-0 thanks to a Tavernier goal. But the interesting fact here is the last time Bournemouth won an away game was 5 months ago, back in August. If they cannot do it against the rock bottom Wolves, I don't know when they can do that. So my score prediction for the match is 0-1 for Bournemouth. And my tip is Bournemouth double chance combined was under 3.5 goals, odds 2.0. On to the next one. Chelsea will be hosting West Ham, 5th against the 18th. Chelsea are finally starting to look like the Chelsea of old. They just defeated Crystal Palace 3-1 with an 18-year-old wonderkid Estevao putting on a masterclass. And just to remind you about the reverse fixture, Chelsea slapped West Ham back then 5-1. West Ham fans were literally leaving in the 60th minute, probably to beat the traffic and the heartbreak. But it does look like that West Ham are picking up their form now. They won 2 games back to back. They defeated Sunderland 3-1, then Tottenham 2-1. And a quick reminder, Chelsea had a midweek Champions League game against Napoli in Italy. And after being down 2-1 after the first half, they made a comeback and won the game 3-2. Terrific performance. So my score prediction for this match is 3-1 for Chelsea. And my tip is Chelsea to win combined was over 1.5 goals, odds 1.70. On to the next one. One of the games I'm looking forward to. Liverpool will be hosting Newcastle, 6 against the 9. Liverpool are in a weird run of form. They haven't won a Premier League game since the start of 2026, drawing 4 straight games and then losing to Bournemouth after that. They need a win here more than I need coffee on Monday mornings. And a quick reminder about the reverse fixture, Liverpool were able to defeat Newcastle 3-2. It was like a Hollywood movie. Newcastle had Anthony Gordon sent off and Liverpool won it in the 100th minute thanks to a 16-year-old Rion Goma's goal. And the interesting fact is Newcastle haven't won at Anfield since 1994. That's over 30 years, back then when The Lion King just came out. I don't know, I have a feeling that Liverpool will finally get their first win in a very long time, especially considering that 6-0 win over Karabakh in the Champions League, boosting their confidence. I think they should be able to do it. My score prediction for this match is 2-1 for Liverpool, and my tip is Liverpool double chance combined was under 3.5 goals, odds 1.92. On to the next one, another interesting game. Aston Villa will be hosting Brentford, 3rd against the 8th. Aston Villa are absolutely cooking right now. They've climbed to the 3rd place and are only 4 points away from Arsenal, believe it or not. That's crazy. They're in the title race. They are playing like a team that's really tired of being the dark horse and wants to be the main event. In the reverse fixture, Brentford were actually able to defeat Aston Villa 1-0. Villa sold Daniel Malen to Roma this month, but they still have Ollie Watkins that plays against Brentford like a personal mission. He scored in his last 4 games against them. That is crazy. Aston Villa have won 10 of their last 13 games. And if the Bees want to get a W here, they're gonna need more than a ricochet like they had in August. And let's be realistic, Aston Villa are super strong at home, and especially when that title race smell is in the air. So my score prediction for this match is 2-0 for Aston Villa, and my green box tip is Aston Villa to win, odds 2.0. We're going straight to pick the winner in this one. On to the next one, another super interesting game. Manchester United will be hosting Fulham, 4th against the 7th. Manchester United are riding a massive wave of momentum after defeating the top 2 teams, Manchester City and Arsenal, back to back. And it's the first time they've cracked the top 4 in years, which is very impressive. But a quick reminder about the reverse fixture at Craven Cottage. United were really dominant and were winning the game, but Bruno Fernandes skied the penalty, and after that, Fulham equalized and the game ended 1-1 draw. And when it comes to Fulham's form, last time out, they defeated Brighton 2-1 just like we predicted thanks to a 92nd minute goal from Harry Wilson. And the guy is in the form of his life. He's had 11 goals involvement since November. United are at home and full of confidence, but Fulham are also in a great form. My score prediction for this match is 2-1 for Manchester United, and my tip is United to win combined with under 5.5 goals, odds 1.72, and this will be my green box tip. United, do not disappoint us. On to the next one. Nottingham Forest will be hosting Crystal Palace, 17 against the 15. Quick reminder about the reverse fixture back in August. It ended with a 1-1 draw at Selhurst Park. Ismail Sarr gave Palace the lead, but Callum Hudson snatched the point for Forest with an equalizer. Nottingham Forest are trying to buy Palace's star Felipe Mateta for 35 million. And what's more interesting is Mateta actually wants out and joined Forest, and Forest are waving that cash, offering to Palace. It's like trying to buy your neighbor's car while they're still driving it to work. And to make things even more uncomfortable, Palace were actually demoted to the Conference League because of Nottingham Forest, because of ownership interests. So I have a feeling these two clubs, they hate each other. But when it comes to Palace's form, they haven't won a single game in their last 11 games, and Oliver Glasner confirmed that they will be leaving in the club in the summer. And they also lost to Chelsea 3-1 last time out, whereas Forest defeated Brentford 2-0 away. Forest are on the up, but Palace look like they already started their summer holidays. My score prediction for this match is 2-0 for Nottingham Forest, and my tip is Forest double chance combined with under 3.5 goals, odds 1.70, or if you want to pick the straight winner, Forest to win, odds 2.0, juicy one. On to the next one, another interesting game. Tottenham will be hosting Manchester City, 14 against the second. Spurs drew against Burnley 2-2 just like we predicted. And Manchester United were finally able to get their W against the Wolves 2-0 after losing back-to-back games to Manchester United and Bodo. And also what's important is City had a Champions League game on Wednesday against Galatasaray, and they actually won that one too, 2-0. So confidence booster for sure. And Haaland finally scored a goal after such a long time. And when it comes to Tottenham, they had a similar mission. They traveled to Germany to face Eintracht Frankfurt, and their mission was to actually get a win and stay among the top 8, and they did. They won the game 2-0. But back to this game, do you remember the reverse fixture? Tottenham traveled to City and it was a nightmare for Pep Guardiola because his team lost 2-0 to Spurs at home. Can Tottenham get another win here? Let's wait and see. But my score prediction for this match is 0-2 for Manchester City, and my tip is City to win combined with under 5.5 goals, odds 1.80. And the last game of Gameweek 24, Sunderland will be hosting Burnley, 11s against the 19. We're heading to the Stadium of Light for a clash between two of the newly promoted sides. Sunderland are having a dream return to the big time, sitting comfortably in the 11th place. But when it comes to Burnley, they're in the middle of a nightmare, stuck in the 19s, fighting for their lives. But when it comes to the reverse fixture, Burnley were actually able to defeat Sunderland 2-0. But what's really interesting is both of these teams are missing their captain. Sunderland are missing Granit Xhaka with an ankle injury, and you could really feel his absence against that horrible loss to West Ham 3-1. And for Burnley, it's even worse. Josh Cullen is out with a knee injury as well. So I don't know, it's really unlucky for these two. But when it comes to their current form again, Sunderland are really strong at home. It's so difficult to get anything against Sunderland when you visit them. And without Cullen, the Clarets have no engine. Expect the Stadium of Light to shine bright this time. My score prediction for this match is 2-0 for Sunderland. And my tip is straight Sunderland to win was 1.75, looks really good. But if you want something a little better, then Sunderland to score over 1.5 goals, odds 1.93. And that is all guys, that was our Premier League Game Week 24 tips and predictions. Show some love to your boy, put thumbs up if you're already here. It's gonna take you a second to just do it. Stay positive, leave your comments and predictions in the comment section. See you until next time.